What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the 2021 Chevy Tahoe High Country. So I've already made videos on the 2021 Tahoe Premier and a comparison between the 2020 Tahoe and the 2021 Tahoe. So I'll have those videos linked above, and they should be over on the sidebar as well for you to check out. Now, since I've already made a full review of the Premier, there's not a lot of differences actually between the Premier and the High Country. Now, typically in previous generations, the Premier was the top trim level. Here now in 2021, the High Country is the top trim. So this is going to have every bell and whistle under the sun. Now, there's still things you can add, and this one has about $8,000 worth of options on it, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But again, there's not a whole lot of differences between the Premier and the High Country other than a few unique things that we'll point out. Now, one thing that we will take a look at when we hop inside is this has the rear entertainment center options that the Premier did not have, so it'll be really cool to check that out. It's a nice, clean, new design, so we'll be sure to go over that. I'm actually going to have an entire video specifically about the rear entertainment center if you want to check that out. It may not be up yet, but make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss it. If it is up, it'll be in the top right-hand corner. Now, real quick, if you guys are into technology at all, like this giant 10-inch touchscreen here on this Tahoe we're taking a look at, head over and check out my tech channel, Mets Tech. I'll have a clip here on screen and I'll have it linked above. Talk about all kinds of different technology, from dash cams to regular cameras to Apple tech to everything under the sun that is tech related. I've got about 10 videos up right now, and I'm definitely going to be dabbling more into the car space because that's something that I'm really passionate about. So we'll be talking about technology, talking about cars, and maybe talking about things that we don't specifically have on the lot, and then maybe doing some crossovers here and there with this channel specifically. So head over there, check it out, drop a like, leave some comments, and if you're into it, hit subscribe. Let's get back to the video. All right, let's go ahead and get started up front. Now, the Premier we looked at had the 5.3 liter Ecotec 3 V8 that has 22 miles per gallon highway, 16 miles per gallon city, 355 horsepower, 383 pound-feet of torque. This High Country has the 6.2 liter V8, and that has 19 miles per gallon highway, 14 miles per gallon city, 420 horsepower, 460 pound-feet of torque. So beefier engine here on the High Country. Now, all 2021 Tahoes have standard LED headlights, LED daytime running lights, and LED taillights, which is fantastic. They have some unique Chevy badging, some cool sculpting, this really unique U-shape. We started to see this U-shape kind of across the board, like the Silverado and the Blazer and the Camaro all have these very, like, you know, angular U's here. Now, as far as other front end design goes, you've got unique badging to the High Country, so the word mark here and then obviously the logo on the side. Nice big chrome front fascia, body colored divider with the parking sensors, and then another chrome kind of satiny piece down at the bottom. You know, these vents, nothing is really different other than that as far as design goes on the front of the vehicle. So if you didn't have this High Country badging here, you may not know that it is a High Country. Now, we do have the big Chevy bow tie right in the middle, and then the front-facing camera that works with that HD surround vision system. We'll take a look at that inside. So again, you've got the High Country badge that helps kind of distinguish it from the other trims. Now, the Premier we looked at had 22-inch wheels. This High Country has 22-inch wheels as well. The rims are a little bit different. This has some sterling silver painted rims with chrome inserts. I think they look really good, actually. But again, normally the Premier does not have 22-inch wheels. The one we looked at just happened to. So again, that would be a differentiating feature between the Premier and the High Country in most cases, just not in ours. Moving on back, you've got the Tahoe badging. Now, I showed in my comparison video that the badging is a little bit more condensed here on 2021. Now, on the Premier that we looked at, we had chrome side mirrors, so they were chrome and black. This High Country has body colored and black side mirrors, kind of a two-tone. Now, these side mirrors are packed full of features and technology. They've got integrated turn signals here on the backside so oncoming drivers can see. They're power folding, they're heated. They've got blind spot monitoring on the opposite side. They've got the camera underneath that works for your HD surround vision, helps you see the sides of your doors or the wheels depending on what camera angle you're looking at. And they're auto dimming, which is an awesome feature to have in addition to that rear view mirror and rear view mirror camera. Those are both auto dimming as well. So having auto dimming is just huge. So when you're driving at night, cars are shining their brights through your mirrors, you're not getting blinded by that. You just don't have to even worry about it. at all. And they also have puddle lighting underneath, which is always a nice, convenient feature to have. So really rich features here on the side mirrors. That's such a kind of a minor thing that people don't think about, but having all of that safety and all that technology built in is a huge, huge plus. Moving on back, we've got this chrome trim that runs around the exterior of the windows. You've got these two-tone door handles here that have your keyless access with just this button here, so you can lock and unlock the car. Nice and easy. Now, one thing we didn't have on the Premier that we have here on the High Country are these power retractable assist steps, and they have perimeter lighting as well. It's kind of hard to see on camera. I'll do my best to give you a clip here on screen so you can see what I'm talking about. It kind of runs the whole length with this kind of LED strip that helps illuminate the ground at night or in the dark. But power retractable, so if you open your door, they're going to go ahead and drop right down for you. You can step up, hop in, you shut the door, give it a sec, and they fold right back in. So that's super handy, super awesome to have, and very premium for sure. So those assist steps are part of the premium package that we've added to this High Country. Additionally, it has a power tilting and sliding panoramic sunroof. That is also part of that premium package, and that will run you $4,605 for the sunroof, the assist steps, adaptive cruise control, enhanced automatic emergency braking, trailering brake control, advanced trailing system, hitch guidance with hitch view, trailer side blind zone alert, and enhanced cooling radiator. That's one of the many options that have been added to this vehicle. We'll take a look at the next one when we hop inside. But let's go ahead and move to the back of the vehicle. All right, so back on the tailgate, you've got a couple defining features. This bar that runs across really helps separate the 2020 from the new 2021 generation. It's very unique, as well as the replaced badging. So it used to be, you know, Tahoe would be over there, much more condensed. They've moved it right underneath the Chevy badge in this more spaced out, more premium look to it. I think it looks really nice. Additionally, you don't actually have any High Country badging back here. But on the Premier, we had the Premier badging, but it was actually scooted over more here as opposed to being on the far side. Again, like I mentioned, LED tail lights. You've got the rear window that still pops open with the key fob or with the button inside the cabin. Rear wiper up underneath here with a sprayer. You've also got this lip or spoiler that kind of keeps stuff off of the rear windshield. So you've got a little 2-camera setup here underneath with a washer as well. So you've got your rear view mirror camera, which we'll take a look at inside, and then you have your standard rear vision camera, which is an HD rear vision camera, which makes such a huge difference coming from the older generations for sure. You can so easily tell the difference between that HD camera and the non-HD camera. So we'll take a look at that again inside. Push button to open here, parking sensors around here. You've got this satin trim that runs along, which looks really nice, a nice complement here with the bar that runs across the top. And then this is huge, I know people love this, split dual exhaust tips, so quad exhaust, and they are functioning exhaust tips, and I think they look fantastic. They make it look so mean, and I'm a big fan of it. So let's go ahead and open the rear gate here. A couple things that are different. You've got the button placement is a little bit different, and it looks a little bit different. It used to be over here in kind of a mushy rubber button. This is a nice little tactile button here with a little picture on it. Again, the spacing is a little bit better here due to the longer wheelbase of the 2021. I'll put the dimensions here on screen. You also have the controls here to drop not only the third row seats, but also the second row seats and pop them all the way up if you need a little bit more space. The cool thing about these seats is they lay completely flat across the board so that all that space from the back all the way up to the front seats is completely flat. So you can lay like TV, boxes, all kinds of stuff without having to deal with like changes in elevation or the rear seats being kind of elevated like that to where stuff kind of gets arced up. None of that, you just can lay them completely flat. Additionally, you've got a 120-volt outlet back here, which you did not have over on the 2020. But yeah, tons and tons of cargo space back here. You could get a lot of effective moving done with this much space in the rear gate. But that's pretty much everything back here. Let's go ahead and hop inside the cabin. All right, now that we're inside the cabin, let's kind of take a look at what we got going on in here. Now, I want to point out that not a lot of this is different than the Premier, and I think that's a good thing. You know, I understand wanting to pay for premium features and things like that, and I think what you're paying for is worth it. You know, most of the price difference between the Premier and the High Country is just the add-ons that I've kind of mentioned already, and some other things I'll point out now that we're inside the cabin. But I like that you can almost get all the same features at a much lower price point. I think that's great. That's basically the point of what I'm trying to say. So just kind of starting from left to right, working our way across. The interior is different, so you've got this kind of mocha colored interior, this really nice brown with the faux wood that you know I hate, but nonetheless, I think the brown interior looks really, really premium, really nice. You've got your mirror controls, your seat settings over here, so you've got position memory seats, electronic parking brake with this button right here. You've got your lane keep assist, you've got your parking sensors, you can disable that, traction control, hill descent speed, your auto start stop engine, you can turn your outlets in the back and in the trunk off. You've got your four-wheel drive and two-wheel drive controls right here. Now, we'll talk about at the end kind of what the High Country that we're looking at here does not have that it could have, which I think is a huge thing to need to keep in mind. But let's get through the rest of this. So you've got your trailering brake, your trailering controls. You can change your heads-up display information as well from the controls here, as well as the height and the brightness of it. Now, the heads-up display on the 2021 Tahoe is incredible. 15-inch heads-up display right there. One of the best looking ones I've ever seen on any vehicle right in front of you there. All kinds of great information, but it's super clean as well. So I'll give you a little clip of that here on screen so you can see what it looks like. Again, I talked about that more in the premiere video. It is fantastic and well worth the cost. Moving on down, you've got Chevy's updated leather-wrapped steering wheel with the redesigned button placement, redesigned look, much cleaner, much simpler. I love it. It's a heated steering wheel. You've got your adaptive cruise control on the left side. Now, that's part of the added cost of the vehicle, that this has adaptive cruise control. You've got your forward collision. You can disable that there. You've got your phone controls for, you know, Bluetooth, and then you've got your navigation for the screen that is right past there. 2 gauges, very simple look. Now, another huge change here on the 2021 is you no longer have a shift column. You have this shift by wire like pad thing right here. So you've got park, which is a button, reverse, which is a little lever you can pull, neutral, which is a button, and drive, which is a little lever. And then you have your load buttons down low. The whole like center console stack has been redesigned. I talked about this in my premiere video. Make sure you check that out. But you've got this nice accent stitching that runs around it with the leather here, which is super premium. It feels super, super nice. And you should expect that at $81,000 for this SUV here. Now, another huge focal point of the redesign in 2021 is this huge 10.2-inch infotainment center. This has Infotainment 3 from Chevy here. Super flat layout with audio, Bluetooth, navigation by default, Wi-Fi hotspot. You've got different programmable users you can put in their settings, wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto, which is awesome. You've got a whole trailering menu. You've got your apps. You've got OnStart. You can view and control your rear media, which we'll take a look at in just a sec. You can control your climate right on the screen here for both front and rear passengers. You've got your entire cameraing menu here. This has, I think, 9 different camera views, which is awesome. You can switch through those really quickly and easily, and then you can also add in the surround vision kind of 360-degree overhead view if you want to. And then you've got the My Chevrolet app, Sirius XM, and then if we go ahead and put it in reverse here, you can take a look at that rear view camera with all your different settings as well. Same kind of deal. All right, now moving on down. Well, real quick, let's take a look at this bizarre pocket here. What is that even for? But moving on down, you've got hardware controls to control the infotainment center. You've got tri-zone climate control, so driver and passenger can be controlled independently of one another, and then you have a whole separate climate for the back, which is awesome. Heated seats, these are kind of 3-part, heated and ventilated, so you got top and butt, just butt, or ventilated, whichever you want to do. You can disable or enable the rear climate right here, so if you want to maintain control of that if the kids are in the back. And you've got modern I/O, which I absolutely love. 1 USB-C port, 1 USB-A port, a 12-volt outlet, and then you have a wireless charging pad relocated from the center console down underneath here. A lot more space for modern smartphones, which is great. 2 cup holders here. Center console has an additional USB-C port, USB-A port, and an SD card slot. Big old center console here with this little organizer that you can pop in and out and kind of slide depending on what your needs are. Also, there's a little light here that shines down if you're trying to, you know, find what's in the center console at night, which is super, super handy. Again, they took the wireless charging pad off of the center console here, moved it down here, so you just have kind of this pad, kind of a grippy pad for keys or wallet or whatever. And it actually fits modern smartphones if you do want to put an additional phone here, which is great. Now, hopping back up here real quick, you do have the standard rear view mirror that you can transition to the rear view mirror camera. And you can use these buttons on the side to control the different settings of the rear view mirror camera. Now, real quick, let's talk about things that this High Country doesn't have that it could have. And the reason it doesn't have these things as options is because they're actually not available yet. They're going to be available later on in the year. One of those is super significant, and that is the fact that this center console wheel can actually slide back 10 inches using a button up top. So I'll put a clip here on screen so you can see it. But that reveals a little hidden compartment, adds some extra storage for larger items, and makes the rear cup holders right here easier for the rear passengers to access, which is actually super, super handy and convenient. And I love that feature. Another thing we're missing is the four-corner adaptive air suspension system. This does not have it again, which it should be available at least on most High Countries, and I think it actually may be available on the Premier as well. But again, no controls here. Normally you'd have a little dial here that you could adjust depending on what you wanted your ride settings to be, but no such thing here right now. It will be available later on in the year. As far as seating options go, you've got these beautiful leather seats here with the High Country badging, some really unique accent stitching. So it's not just the standard kind of trim that runs around. It's got a nice little line pattern to it. I'll give you a shot here so you can see it. Again, these are heated and ventilated, 12-way power adjustable with lumbar support and position memory for the driver. In the captain's chairs in the second row, those are also heated, and then the third row is not. But you do have some nice features back there. You've got some USB ports in the back, cup holders. You've got one-touch buttons to get easy access out. Again, you've got that rear climate control, and then you have the rear entertainment center. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. So the functionality that we've got here on these rear displays is awesome, and we're gonna talk about it kind of briefly in this video, but I'm gonna be making an entire video showing you every single thing you can do here on the rear entertainment center. But let's hit the high points here. So first of all, you've got these 12.6-inch screens that are connected to the headrest here. They can lean all the way down or lean all the way up to there, depending on, you know, if you have a little kid sitting here, you can tilt it down so they can see it easier, or if there's a weird glare or anything like that. Now, one thing that they didn't include on the doors that I think would have been really nice is some retractable sunshades, so you didn't get any kind of unwanted glare off of these screens. But these are beautiful and bright enough to, I think, where it'll be okay. So there's no actual physical buttons on the display at all. To actually get the screen to turn on, you just double tap. You've got a Bluetooth headphone button here, so this is awesome. You can actually pair any set of Bluetooth headphones that you want. I didn't see any way to connect physical headphones, like no 3.5mm jack or USB-C port or anything like that to connect headphones, unfortunately. But most people have either Bluetooth headphones that you can get from Chevy, or I even connected my AirPods and it worked just fine. Super quick connection, and the sound quality is great. Looks absolutely killer. I mean, this screen is so high resolution. All right, guys, and that is the 2021 Chevy Tahoe High Country. Drop a like on the video if you loved it. Tell me in the comments down below what is your favorite feature that we've got here on the High Country. Maybe the power retractable steps or the 12.6-inch rear entertainment center. Let's have a conversation down in the comments. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button to be among the first to see every single new video the second I hit publish. We'll see you in the next one.